Loads has been said about the iPhone 12 that's coming out later this year, but not much has been said about the Apple Watch Series 6. So let's have a look at some of the rumours for that Apple Watch coming later on in the year. If you like the videos that I do on this channel, then hit the subscribe button. That really helps out as well. And if you really like the videos, hit the notification bell. Let's talk about the price of the Apple Watch Series 6 first of all, and that is not expected to change. It's expected that it will be the exact same price as the Series 5 was that came out last year. $399 for that 40mm, and then going up to $499 for that 44mm. Apple has had this pricing with the Apple Watches for the last couple of years, so that is pretty much set in stone and we don't expect that to change at all. Now, the design of the Apple Watch, that is again something that is probably expected to stay the same this year. There's been lots of concepts and lots of ideas about Apple going with a circular watch face for upcoming Apple Watches, but I just don't think that's something we're going to see anytime soon. I think any big design change would come in maybe 2 or 3 years, and we definitely have heard a little bit more about it because it's been a bit quiet on the Apple Watch design side for a reason, because it is staying the same. There is potentially a big change coming now, and that is the Apple Watch is moving to MicroLED. There's been lots of talk about the iPad this year moving to MicroLED, but a report that came out last year did actually say that the Apple Watch is probably the first product in Apple's line that would move to MicroLED. MicroLED means a couple of things for the new Apple Watch, and if it happens, it means that it could end up getting a little bit slimmer, but the other advantage of MicroLED, and probably the better advantage of MicroLED, would be that the Apple Watches could get better battery life. I use the Series 4 Apple Watch at the moment, and that gets me about a day, and pushing it maybe a day and a half. And I know the Series 5 gets exactly the same because of that always on display. And I think better battery life is the one thing that Apple do need to improve on. There's a lot more features that I'll talk about in a minute that are coming to the Apple Watch this year, and with those new features, you need better, extended, longer battery life. And that is something that would definitely make me upgrade to the Series 6 if I charge it one day, which then means I can get 2 days use out of it rather than having to take it off and charge it every night, because no matter what anyone says, that is annoying having to charge your watch every single night. So that could be the advantage of bringing that micro LED over to the Apple Watch. And talking of features, and that mostly comes from watchOS 7, which we'll get a sneak peek at WWDC in June. Most of those features coming though to watchOS 7 are going to be around health. And according to Bloomberg, Apple want to try and introduce a sleep tracking app in the next version of watchOS. This is something that the Apple Watch has never been able to do out of the box. And I know that there's loads of third-party apps out there that can track your sleep for you, but it's a pain having to go into the Apple Watch App Store and try and find one of those apps that does everything that you need. But with Apple's, you know, A, it will work well, and B, it will integrate with health and everything else like that seamlessly. And I don't know, a sleep tracking app is something that I've never been interested in and don't really care about, but I know a lot of people that do want to be able to track their sleep, so having this introduced into watchOS 7 is going to be helpful for some people. Another new feature that will be in watchOS 7 though has been reported by Max Weinberg in Everything Apple Pro, and that is something to help detect panic attacks. This would work by using the heart rate sensor, so it would detect irregularities and then it would try and help you manage that if something like that was to happen. And I think that if Apple can introduce any health benefits or any apps that can help with health and mental health, it's only a good thing. Right, something big that could happen on the Apple Watch this year is that the digital crown could disappear. Apple have actually had a patent approved which shows the Apple Watch without that digital crown, and in replace of the digital crown seems to be some sort of sensor which is built into the actual watch body. This would be almost an optical system which gets rid of that physical button on the side of the Apple Watch and then starts to work with gestures, so maybe a tap to go home, and it would work with moving your finger up and down to change the volume on certain things. This would be a massive change for Apple Watch because that digital crown works so well, but Apple want to remove it for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons being that it's an extra component which could break and needs to be replaced. And second is, while that digital crown is actually still in the Apple Watch, it's taking up space where Apple could put new tech or even just a bigger battery. Apple patent thousands of these things all the time. There's so many things that never see the light of day. So seeing this does not mean that it's coming to the Apple Watch Series 6, but also I'm not saying it's not coming to the Apple Watch. And the last rumour on this Series 6 comes from Minchi Ko, and he said that he expects the Apple Watch Series 6 to get even better water resistance. That is something that we probably could have guessed anyway, because each year the water resistance on the Apple Watches gradually tends to get better. At the moment we're looking at 50 meters. Next year, we could be looking at something maybe like 55 or 60 meters. So not a massive change, but just something a little bit better. That's all we know about the Series 6 for the Apple Watch at the moment. It's all very quiet regarding the Apple Watch, but let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if there's any features that you would rather see. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and until next time, see you later.